Tonight you're going to lie down. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to lose 8 hours of your life to something you don't remember and can't control. It feels like a design flaw. A third of your existence gone every single day. But the real answer is far stranger. Sleep isn't a flaw in the system. Sleep is the system. And the moment scientists tried to imagine a version of you that never needed it, they found something that should terrify you a little. Start with the math. You will spend roughly 26 years of your life asleep. 26 years of silence, paralysis, and vivid hallucination, repeated in 90-minute cycles every night since before you could speak. Why would evolution allow that? A sleeping animal can't hunt, can't watch for predators, can't mate, can't eat, can't run. For millions of years, every hour spent asleep was an hour spent vulnerable in the dark. And yet every complex animal on Earth still does it. Even animals that seem like they shouldn't. Dolphins sleep with half their brain at a time, one eye open so they don't drown. Migratory birds can sleep mid-flight in seconds-long bursts, thousands of feet in the air. If sleep were optional, evolution would have found a way to cancel it. It never did. That should tell you something. So what happens if a human tries to cancel it anyway? In 1964, a 17-year-old named Randy Gardner decided to find out. For a high school science fair project, he stayed awake for 11 days straight. No drugs, no medical intervention, just willpower and two friends keeping him upright. Sleep researcher William Dement monitored him for parts of the experiment, curious how far the human mind could bend before it broke. By day 3, Gardner couldn't focus his eyes. By day 5, he was hallucinating that he was a famous football player, fully convinced. By day 9, his hands trembled uncontrollably, and he couldn't complete simple sentences. He survived. He even seemed to recover afterward. But what the experiment revealed wasn't that humans can live without sleep. It revealed how quickly the mind starts to unravel without it, and how much of what you call yourself depends on those missing hours. Here's where it gets stranger. In the 1980s, researcher Alan Rich Chaffin ran a series of experiments on rats, keeping them awake indefinitely using a rotating platform that forced them to move whenever they began to drift off. Every single rat died within 2 to 3 weeks. Not from exhaustion. Their bodies fell apart. Body temperature crashed. Immune systems collapsed. Sores appeared on their skin for no clear reason, as if the body itself was failing to hold together. Total sleep deprivation didn't just tire the rats out. It killed them in a way that looked less like fatigue and more like systemic organ failure. Why would something as passive as sleep hold that much power over the body? Because sleep was never passive. That's the reframe. While you're unconscious, your brain isn't resting. It's working a night shift. Neuroscientist Macon Nettergaard discovered that during sleep, the brain's glymphatic system opens up and flushes out metabolic waste, including a protein called beta amyloid, the same protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. Your brain washes itself every night, and it can only do it while you're unconscious. Meanwhile, sleep researcher Matthew Walker has spent decades documenting what happens when that wash cycle gets interrupted. Memory consolidation weakens. Emotional regulation collapses. The immune system's ability to fight cancer cells drops measurably after even one night of poor sleep. Insulin sensitivity changes enough to mimic early diabetes. None of this is your brain being lazy. This is maintenance. Deep, non-negotiable maintenance on a machine that runs your entire life. Now imagine removing it completely. Not one bad night, not a stimulant-fueled deadline, but a human being who genuinely never needed sleep again. At first, it sounds like a superpower. An extra 8 hours a day every day for an entire lifetime. That's an additional 26 years of waking time, doubled productivity, endless nights to read, build, create, love, work. Who wouldn't want that? But look closer at what sleep was actually doing, and the superpower starts to look like slow self-destruction. Without the glymphatic flush, toxic proteins would build up in the brain uninterrupted, potentially accelerating neurodegeneration far earlier in life. Without REM sleep, the stage most linked to emotional processing, minor daily stresses would never get filed away and released. They just accumulate raw and unprocessed day after day with nowhere to go. There's a real, rare genetic condition called fatal familial insomnia that offers a chilling preview of this. In the families who carry it, sleep gradually becomes impossible in adulthood. Patients don't get more time. They get panic attacks, hallucinations, rapid physical decline, and death, usually within a year or two of the insomnia beginning. The disease isn't caused by a lack of energy. It's caused by a lack of repair. A version of you that never slept wouldn't be a better you. It would be a you that never stopped decaying. So why does this feel so uncomfortable to think about? Maybe because sleep is the one part of your life you never chose and can't opt out of, and that lack of control feels like weakness in a culture obsessed with output. You've been taught that hustle looks like staying up later, sleeping less, pushing through. Historical figures get mythologized for supposedly running on 4 hours a night. But look at what that mythology conveniently leaves out: the cognitive decline, the mood instability, the shortened lifespans that so often followed. The story we tell about sleepless success is almost always missing its final chapter. Here's the twist that should really sit with you. Sleep isn't something your body does to you. It's something your ancestors' bodies evolved specifically to protect you from yourself. For millions of years, unconsciousness was dangerous. And evolution decided that danger was still worth it, night after night, generation after generation, because the alternative, a mind and body that never paused to repair, was worse. Not slower, worse, fatal. Sleep isn't the tax you pay for being alive. It's the maintenance contract that keeps you alive long enough to keep paying it. Which brings this back to tonight. When you lie down and lose consciousness in a few hours, you won't remember most of it. It will feel like nothing happened, like time simply vanished. But inside your skull, fluid will be washing through your brain tissue, flushing out the exact proteins linked to memory loss and disease. Your immune system will be recalibrating. Your emotional memories from today will be getting filed, sorted, and quietly diffused before tomorrow. None of that is wasted time. That's the most productive, most irreplaceable work your body will do all day, and it only happens because you finally stopped moving long enough to let it. So the next time you resent the hours sleep takes from you, remember what a genuine escape from it actually looks like. Not more life, less of one. And maybe that changes how you see tonight when you lie down, close your eyes, and lose 8 hours of your life to something you don't remember and can't control.